What's up, you guys? Today in this video I'm going to be sharing why it is important to have a budget. I'm going to be going over some topics that I think is very important for you to have when you're trying to manage your money and trying to organize your finances. Also, I'm going to be sharing some extra things that you can do for those who maybe feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck, so you're going to want to make sure you stay until the end. So some of you may be asking, what is a budget? And all a budget is a limit set by you for how you will pay for certain things. So if you have a rent that is $1,000 per month and you have it in your budget to say, I am only going to spend $1,000. If it goes to $1,001, I am not going to be paying my rent. That is where you set a budget. It's just a limit for your money. So the very first reason of why it's important to budget is because it's going to allow you not to spend money that you don't have. So all in all, that's going to allow you to not feel as stressed about your finances. So you have a budget set, you won't be wondering, well, I wonder if I can afford this, or I wonder if I have enough money to pay for a certain thing. Your budget will define exactly your expenses, and in your budget you can set money to the side for emergencies. So this is going to be very important if you want to be stress-free and have some money set aside just in case anything crazy happens. I see a lot of people, including myself at one point, where I was very antsy and always checking my bank account to see how much money I had in order to pay for specific things. Always checking it, always nervous, not knowing if I was going to be able to make the next payment on different things. So you want to make sure that you have a budget and that you're incorporating a budget into your personal life so that you are a little bit less antsy, a little bit less nervous and stressed out at the end of the day. Reason number 2 of why you need a budget is going to be it allows you to keep your eyes on the prize. So for some people, you may have a goal in mind. You want to save $5,000 within the next year, or you want to go on a dream vacation. And so by having a budget in place, you are setting aside money and you are developing your expenses in a way where you know that this can take place. So you can visually see, okay, I'm setting $100 aside a month for this dream vacation, so that in a year I can go to Cancun, I can go to the Bahamas, or wherever you may want to explore. So you really want to make sure that you're budgeting and be able to track exactly where your money is going so that the goals that you have can actually take place. So the third reason of why it is important to budget is because it's going to highlight some of your bad spending habits. When I say bad spending habits, it may just be that you're spending more money than you want to on certain things. So when you develop a budget and you look at your budget, you can say, oh, well, I spent this amount on food, or I spent this amount this month on clothes. And so if you keep seeing, in your budget or in your checking account where you spent a lot of money on, Chick-fil-A because it was really good that particular month, you just really had a taste for it, or you bought more Jordans, or you bought more things than you should have, it can really highlight those things and show you, hey, I gotta chill out. I have a limit, or I've exceeded my limit for particular purchases. So when I was going through and looking at my budget, I noticed that I was spending a lot of money on food unnecessarily. And particularly, I was eating out all the time. So I would go to Chick-fil-A at least once a day, or I would be eating out on the weekends a lot more than I needed to be. And so I would have never known that had I not listed out all of my expenses, went through my budget and actually saw, hey, I'm eating out this amount of time. This is taking up a lot of my money. and I need to have a budget so that I can have money to be able to do some other things that I want to do. I can use some alternatives like cooking or just doing other things that can maybe save me some money. One of the biggest things that I see in my coaching program is that people feel as if, they are living paycheck to paycheck and they just don't feel like they have enough money in their accounts. One of the main reasons is because of their bad spending habits. And so when we go through and we look at their spending habits, we look at where a lot of their money is going, they are able to determine, hey, I've spent way too much money here, or I've been going on way too many trips that I hadn't planned for. So it's just very important to make sure that you list out all of your expenses, you write out that budget, so it allows you to realize when you've reached your limits and to understand some of those bad spending habits. So how does budgeting fit into the grand scheme of building wealth? And so some people may say budgeting is boring. Budgeting is for those who don't understand how to use money. But if you're wanting to build wealth, if you're wanting to not be living paycheck to paycheck, one of the biggest steps that you will need is to master budgeting and understand where your money is going. That'll be super crucial for you. If you have some more questions about budgeting, be sure to check out some of my other content on budgeting and financial literacy. And if you have personal questions that you'd like to ask me, feel free to DM me on my Instagram at __Coach James, where I can give you some feedback, as well as if you're interested in joining a program that can help you really increase your financial literacy, increase your budgeting skills, and where I can work one-on-one with you. Make sure that you DM me on Instagram as well. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. If you found some value out of this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that you know when I post. My goal is to have roughly 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, where I can help a lot of people build a lot of wealth. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Ask yourself, are you really where you want to be?